I want to show y'all this. Glenn Greenwald found this, clipped it up. Shout out to Glenn Greenwald, does fantastic work. There's absolutely a new war on terror being initiated. It had been lurking for a while, but it's accelerating now for obvious reasons. This new one is aimed inward, domestically. It entails many of the same frameworks. They're saying it explicitly. Mr. Biden said he plans to make a priority of passing a law against domestic terrorism. Ladies and gentlemen, there are already laws against domestic terrorism. But if you are fine with the author, the braggadocious author at that, of the Patriot Act, one of the architects of Iraq, right? Because he used the Patriot Act to do the shit. One of the fathers of modern day over surveillance, making a new law like this. Well, you deserve everything you're gonna get at that point. But it says that he's passing a law against domestic terrorism, and he has been urged to create a White House post overseeing the fight against ideologically inspired violent extremists and increasing funding to combat them. I don't understand. What else do people need to see, y'all? This is the war. They're literally about to do what they... Okay, so once again, if you know your history, black people, don't this sound mighty familiar? Don't this sound real J. Edgar Hoover trying to destroy the Black Panther and climate change movements and anti-war movements and hippie movements? Like, don't that sound a little bit familiar? Just a little bit. Biden has never been worried about the rest of domestic terrorism. Could you imagine? No, Trump did. He did label Antifa a domestic terrorism group. Actually, he tried to label BLM. I'm not sure if he was successful, but like, he was wrong for it and he got excoriated for it, and he should have been. But now, Biden's doing the same thing, using the scapegoat created in the same exact election year to do the exact same thing, except for, I can guarantee you this, Biden will be much more effective at crushing us than Trump was. I can guarantee it, because he has had 47 years of practice. When has Biden ever cared about white supremacy, y'all? It's the opposite, actually. He's uplifted, he's propagated it. So we're gonna see cops, FBI agents, everybody. They're coming after all of us. All of us, people. If you are a conservative, if you are a populist, right? If you're, here watching this show, because you respect my objectivity, and I have a lot of respect, by the way, for you, bro. Greaser, thank you very much for the tip on Rock Fan. I appreciate that. And I have a lot of respect for you for coming here and listening to somebody that you probably disagree with as far as policy is concerned on a lot of things, but you respect somebody who's honest. Well, I'm gonna be honest with you right now, ladies and gentlemen. If you are one of those Blue Lives Matters people, dead that shit. Dead that shit. I'm not saying don't be respectful to people when you see them, just because you see them wearing a uniform. Don't go cuss somebody out. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that is a propagandist slogan that is meant to coerce you to protect an institution that, where the moment that you become inconvenient to that institution, you will be taken down. Some protesters straight out this weekend. I know some protesters were tear gas according to Fiorella and Pasta, but also the day before, y'all saw there was a massive fight on Capitol Hill in DC. Massive fight the night before. I didn't know that was going to be a precursor to events to come, but these cops, these politicians on both sides, they've all exposed themselves. This is indisputable evidence. The events that have taken place over the last few days is indisputable evidence that both sides are the same. They've exposed themselves as being on the exact same team. They're using the exact same rhetoric, but complaining that the other side is doing something different. Ladies and gentlemen, look at what's happening in front of you. Do not uplift the security guards of fascism. Just like I respect the hell out of veterans. Why? I'm a veteran, but I also understand the reason that most veterans join. It's a poverty draft. The military is a poverty draft. Very rarely do people join because of patriotism. They join to get their bills paid. And a lot of the people who see combat, they are scarred for the rest of their lives, not because of what they did overseas, but because of the guilt they have from the innocent lives that they were involved in taking, or at least complicit in taking. They don't feel good about it. That 10% discount don't really make up for it. I promise you that. We should not be uplifting the military like they're doing something good overseas. They're not. Most of us know it. These uniforms, these badges, these colors, these songs, these flags, all this bullshit, it's propaganda. You've been subjected to it. We've been subjected to it. Doesn't matter if you're left, right, center, whatever. It's all lies. It's all bullshit. They told you that you got to get out the racist fascists. How we do that? Oh, so you got to get out the racist fascists, and the only way you can do that is by actually putting in a racist fascist. Huh? Trump and Biden like spent a whole 30 minutes arguing about who is worse on China, who wants to be more hawkish on China, who has the most connections to China. They both are loyal to Israel. They both are loyal to Saudi Arabia. They both want to commit coups in Central and South America. Whenever Guaido tried to live stream a damn coup in Venezuela, shooting in full screen portrait mode, which was awkward. Once again, you should never be able to be president of shit if you can't just turn your damn phone like this and just shoot in goddamn landscape. You should not ever be president of a damn thing. But that's neither here nor there. But my point is, when that happened, you had Nancy Pelosi and the Dems cheering him on. And you had Donald Trump and the neocons also cheering him on. They're not any different. They're on the same team. So don't y'all don't like how Trump has been scapegoated in a lot of ways. There's a lot of lies that have been told about him. Because he doesn't fall in line in the same ways that they would have expected most presidents to. Y'all don't like when he's scapegoated, nor do y'all like being scapegoated just because you support Trump. Don't scapegoat everyone else who feels like Black Lives Matter. Like, oh, they must be racist. No, they're not saying that you don't matter. What they're saying is, please treat us how we want to and usually do treat you. Expect the same for us as we expect for you. We're not here to fight you. We're here to tell you they're not on your team. Y'all say it's a class war. I agree. So let's live that. Let's believe that. Stop letting them define you with labels. Like, you can't, once again, classism is like this, ladies and gentlemen. Classism is your car. The engine is racism. Your alternator is sexism, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You can have the nicest looking Corvette in the goddamn world. If your engine don't work, it doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. If your alternator doesn't work, it doesn't matter. It's not going anywhere. It doesn't matter how great your car looks. It doesn't matter how much you talk about classism. If you still allow them to use the tools of classism to keep the divide, then they're going to keep winning. So just remember this message going forward as you see them begin to try and divide you and tell you they're evil because look at who they supported. Look, it don't matter who you supported. I supported Tulsi. I supported Bernie. I supported Joe Stein. Okay, I supported Tim Canova. Tim Canova now is more supportive of Trump. Guess what? I don't care. Every Democrat and every progressive abandoned him. I know where his heart lies. He still believes in single payer health care. He still believes in election integrity. still make some mean vegan food. Damn all these politicians. I'm not saying you have to dislike them. I'm saying, like, they're not here for us, bro. They're not. The ones who are don't last very long in DC, do they? It's going to take us. It's going to take each other to get us past this. I'm gonna read these super chats. I gotta get out of here because I got a show to do. Sports show. These bitches want Nikes. No comment on Jacob Blake's sexual charges. Okay, so this person new here? Okay, so we just talked about the corruption of the criminal justice system. We also know that cops plant shit. They plant stories. They plant guns. They plant drugs. Ask Steve from Slow News Day. I was kidnapped by cops after they lied and said I trespassed. They do that. Come on, y'all. Oh, Carlin, you got tear gas at the Capitol? I'm sorry. My team was out there. They said they got tear gas too. So the police lost the support of a lot of people on the right this week. I'm glad. We on the same team. They not on our team. If we commit a crime and they commit a crime, who gonna be in trouble for it? It's gonna be us. Okay, so I guess they're not gonna let me see all the super chats. Okay. You text them to me? Where'd you send them at? Oh, okay, got you. All right, I'm gonna get to these last super chats from earlier, and we're gonna get up out of here. Carmen, thank you very much for the super chat. Italian Stallion, I can't believe you were able to get that name. Thank you for the super chat. The Progressive Party page was taken out by Facebook as well. Just had a thought. Maybe AOC hit Door with the violence comment to mark him for censorship eventually too. It's scary where it's headed. Of course, that's what she did. She didn't want to be held accountable. That's exactly what she did. She was sending a smoke signal for all her supporters to go report him. AOC is a sociopath. She would rather get in someone's livelihood. Dore doesn't own, y'all don't know, Dore employs other progressives. He has other working class people helping him out with his show. It isn't a one-man show. And she was willing to end him for saying, hey, maybe we should vote for Medicare for all. Maybe you should use your leverage. President Jafar, welcome to George Orwell's Ministry of Truth, 1983. I think you mean 1984. And Democrats, fascists, are cheering for it. Yeah, you were absolutely right.